Hey guys, welcome to Farm Charm Chic. I'm Emily. Today I am doing Christmas in July. Now, before you look away, I want you to know that a lot of the techniques that I'm using today can be used on your everyday DIY items. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I would love if you would consider doing so, but let's get started with celebrating Christmas. This DIY would be so easy to recreate with any type of sign blank that you get either at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Dollar Tree, anywhere like that, an old sign that you might have, and you can use basically anything else that you have. I'm using a Christmas ornament in this one, but if there was some other little type of trinket or something, it would be super easy to use with that. But basically, I'm just going to scrape all of the glitter off because we know that Dollar Tree is famous for their glitter that they put all over everything. And then I'm going to give this a really good coat of white chalk paint. And I'm going to go over it. I think it takes about 2 or 3 coats to get this completely covered to make sure that you don't see any of the background. I am going to use a piece of painter's tape as a spacer between to make some stripes on this. So I basically will lay a piece of painter's tape down, another one right underneath that for the spacer, and then my next line, and then I pull up the spacer to leave the negative space that I'm going to go in and paint. So since we are doing Christmas themed, I am going to do some red paint for my stripes. You want to make sure that when you are using any type of stencil or tape like this, that you do clear off your sponge brush. I prefer to use a sponge brush. It's not really a brush at all, so I don't know why I'm calling it that. But my little painting sponge. But you can definitely use a stencil brush that is specifically for stenciling, but you want to just make sure that you seal the edges of the tape or your stencil with dabbing it lightly on those and making sure that there is a little amount of paint. It's better to do less paint and do more coats than go in with a big glob of paint, if that makes sense. So as you can tell, as I'm tearing off the tape here, I love the satisfying feeling of pulling this off and seeing nice, crisp, clean lines. I do want to make this look a little bit weathered and worn, so of course I'm going to distress it because that's what Farmhouse is to me. So do whatever you'd like as far as your distressing technique, or none at all would also be fine with this. I mean, it's Christmas, it doesn't have to be distressed, but for it to match with my decor and everything, I am going to distress this. I do sand and pay attention to the corners, and I also go in with a brush and some antiquing wax and go around the edges to give this that farmhouse worn look on the edges. I do have this ornament from Dollar Tree that I am going to go and glue on here. Like I said, any other type of ornament that you have or any other type of trinket that you would like to use to glue on this would totally work. So I am just putting glue along the back of this, hot glue, and then I am just going to firmly place and hold this until it dries, not until it dries completely, but just until it has a firm stick, if that makes sense to you. And then of course, since it's Christmas, I think that I'm going to make this into Rudolph, since I do love the movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the song. So I am going to put a little bit of hot glue on a little berry, and I am going to stick that on his nose there to make it look like a Rudolph. And look at how cute he is. I think this turned out so cute. It is so fun. I think this is just that cute little thing either to put like on a tiered tray in your china hutch and a little shelf that you've got, just something to tuck away into a nice little corner that you need to bring a little bit of fun Christmas spirit to. I would like to thank 6 Kids and a Glue Gun, the Crafty Cove DIY, Mama Can Make It, and the Rusted Willow for hosting this Christmas in July Open Challenge. There will be a link to the playlist down in my description below, so make sure you check out all the other wonderful DIYs that are here and get lots of Christmas inspiration. If you've spent any time here on my channel, you know that I absolutely love to decorate my pantry door for different holidays and different seasons. And of course, why would Christmas be any exception? Sometimes I change my wreath out a couple of times throughout the Christmas season. but I thought this would be a really fun, different type of wreath to do for my pantry door. This is inspired by one of my favorite Christmas movies, which is Elf. I know most people do really like that movie. I just think that it is so cute and so fun, and it is one that we love to watch all the time at our house. But I'm just taking red and white deco mesh, and I'm taking a wreath form. You can find the wreath forms. Sometimes you can find them at Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, Walmart, any of those places. And sometimes if you're even in a pinch, just cut out a ring out of cardboard or foam core, and that will work fine too, because you just are going to take some of the pipe cleaners or chenille stems, whatever you like to call them, and you're going to wrap them around in different spots throughout the wreath form. And then you're just going to bunch the deco mesh up, and you're going to twist tie it literally in each little section of the pipe cleaner. And then I switch back and forth from red deco mesh to white deco mesh and go all the way around. I think I use a total of 4, possibly 5 rolls of deco mesh doing this. And you just get it as full as you want. Some people love them very full, some people like them not so much. So you're just going to do that to your taste. Then I'm going to take some different types of ribbon, and I'm going to make a couple of different bows to go around my wreath. So the first one, I'm going to take this polka dot ribbon, and I'm going to do several loops, and I'm going to make, now I'm not an expert bow maker, so I'm doing my best here. So if you know a good technique, let me know, because I am not the best bow maker, but I do try my hardest. So I do just loop it around and put a chenille stem in the middle, and I go ahead and pull those loops out. And then I also cut a couple of dovetail ends, and I just separately from my loops, if that makes sense. And then I go ahead and twist tie those in as well. And then I will just go ahead and twist tie this onto the wreath form itself. I recently learned how to make messy bows, and so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to try and make some for this cute little elf wreath. So I'm just taking several different types of Christmas ribbon, and I'm cutting them in strips, and I am dovetailing the end, and I am going to just stack them one on top of the other, no particular order, and kind of in different directions, so they're not right on top, like stacked one on top of the other, because they're kind of offset, if that makes sense. So they each have the center point, and then they kind of fan out on either end. And I do just use a chenille stem to take them in the middle, and then I twist tie them onto the back of the wreath form. And I make 3 of the messy bows, and I think I have 2 of the polka dot bows that I do. But you'll see when I flip the wreath over, you'll see how they look there, and you just kind of space them out however you would like. Then I take some of these darling little elf feet that I found. I found these at Dollar Tree, but I have seen them at a lot of other craft stores. And I am just taking some cardboard tubes, which you could even roll up cardstock or anything to give these a little bit of stability. I do use some craft sticks to help glue them onto my wreath. So watch how I do that here. I just glue them inside of the tubes, and then I bring them through and glue them on the back of the wreath. And then I glue one set on one side and another set on another side, so there's some adorable little elf legs kicking out like they're playing around in my wreath. I just think this is fun and playful. I think it's going to be super cute during the holiday season on my pantry door. I think my kids will like this. I'm wondering if maybe our elf on the shelf might find his way into getting stuck in this wreath with these cute little elf legs sticking out. I think this is just so fun. Don't forget that I'm on Instagram also. I love to meet new Insta friends, so I would love for you to come over and say hi, check out my page, and see all the latest projects that I'm working on. I'll be sure and leave a link down in my description box so you can easily find me. One of my favorite things about the holiday season is, of course, the delicious treats that everybody makes and shares with everybody. I am not the best baker in the world, but I do like to bake. My kids love it when I do bake with them. So we're going to do a little bit of a kitchen series or set here of some Christmas decor for your kitchen. So I have this cutting board that had a little bit of paint on it, and I just went ahead and gave it a complete coat with my plaster chalk paint. And then I am going to tape off the end here to make some little ticking stripes on there with just some red paint. So just like you've seen me do before, if you've ever watched me do any stenciling or anything, I am just going to use a sponge paint tool, and I am going to kind of dab up and down with a little amount of paint on my brush to seal off those lines. If you press down firmly enough on your tape and you did a little bit of paint on your little sponge tool as you press down, you should have some crisp, clean lines there. I love when you peel back that tape and it looks so crisp and clean. So I have these cookie cutters that are, it was a holiday bundle of cookie cutters, has this cute little whisk there with it, and also some jingle bells. And I thought it would be fun on the cutting board to tie each of these using the little teeny hole in the top on the handle of the cutting board to kind of tie all these hanging from this. And then I do loop some jute twine around my hand to make a little bit of a shoestring type bow that I am going to glue on the top of that. And I also take some red and white baker's twine and I do the same thing in just a smaller size, so that way I have a twine bow and then the baker's twine bow on top of that, and I just use some hot glue to glue those on. So to match the cutting board, I am going to take a rolling pin that I bought at IKEA. I think these are just around $5 or $6 at IKEA. And I am going to paint the main part of the rolling pin with some plaster chalk paint. Now, none of these are going to be food safe, so I do just want to mention that so that way you are aware. I do not plan on actually using any of these. They are strictly for decoration purposes only. And then I am going to take that same color of red, I believe this is crimson, in Waverly's chalk paint, and I do just kind of spin that handle a little bit to get up close there, and I paint the handles both red. So then I thought it would be kind of fun to do a little ticking stripe on each side of the rolling pin. So I am just using my tape to tape off a few little bit of lines. Well, not a few, but I'm doing 2 on each side. So you can kind of watch what I do here, and I just use my same pouncing technique with my sponge brush that I'm using with just a little bit of paint on there to make sure that there is no bleed through on there. After I get my little stripe done, I do go in with another batch of painter's tape here, and I do make sure that that stripe dries thoroughly before I do this step. And I'm going to go put a little bit of a bigger stripe on either side of the rolling pin. One thing that you will see in the final reveal of this that I forgot to film is I do add a little bit of twine and jingle bells onto each end of this. And I also had a little Christmas ornament that said the word Merry that I do glue onto it. And so you'll see those in the final reveal. But I think this turned out super cute. This is so easy, and you can find these at thrift stores, and it's so fun to do. For this next one that I have here, I'm doing just a little tag. So I'm taking a tag, I believe from Dollar General. You can get them at Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby. You know the drill. Basically any craft store you can get these little tags. I'm just going to give it a really good base coat of the same plaster paint that I'm using on all of the projects in this little set, so that way they're all cohesive. And I did use my Cricut, and I just used one of their designs to cut out this little saying that says "Baking Spirits Bright," which I thought was so cute and so fun. And rather than painting some ticking stripes on the bottom of this, I am just using a little bit of leftover vinyl, and I'm just using my cutting tool here, and I am just cutting a couple of stripes to put onto the bottom of this sign. So that way it all kind of has that cohesive feel. And I also decide that I want the edge of this to have almost like an enameled look. So I do go in with some red paint, and I'm going to paint all of the edges completely around the sign, just being extremely careful to not get anywhere on the front or the back of the sign. I also make a little bit of a twine bow out of baker's twine and a little bit of a tag thing to hang there. A beaded garland would also be very, very cute for this. So for this next project, I am taking just a couple of white mugs from Dollar Tree, and I am taking just some little bit of vinyl here, and I'm cutting some ticking stripes out of this, and I'm going to put them around the base of the mug here, just kind of doing a couple on each mug to give it that little bit of ticking stripe to match everything else. I also use my Cricut to cut out the words Merry and Bright in a cute farmhouse font to place on the front of these, but you could also use a sticker from Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree or a rub-on transfer. You just want to make sure whatever you do that you end up using the dishwasher safe Mod Podge to put on here to give it a little bit of durability and make sure that everything will stay put. Okay, here's a look at the whole collection together. I think it looks so great. I love the cohesive look that it all ties into one another. This is definitely going to bring such a festive holiday feel to my kitchen. I would just like to say thank you so much for joining me today for Christmas in July, and if you have just found my channel, welcome. Please check the description box below. There will be a link to the playlist so you can see everybody's fun Christmas in July videos. And as always, if you have a chance to like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. And remember to be safe, be smart, be nice, be happy. Choose to have a good day because you are amazing. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. If you enjoyed the video that you just saw, here's another one that you might enjoy. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching and have an amazing day.